Now, while you guys are palpating your thyroids, let's palpate some passion fruit pulp. It's a hashtag Travel Tuesday, lest we forget. And what does bossa nova music, the dance like martial art capoeira, and mouth-watering dishes have in common? Come on, say it with me, Brazil. And of course, speaking of Brazilian flavor, today we are preparing a beautiful Brazilian dessert called a Maracuja, which is essentially a passion fruit mousse Traybake using Nespresso's Cafezinho do Brasil, which is beautiful. Mel? Yes. Thanks for sticking around, okay?
Pleasure.
So we can see how the other half live, because you've been preaching it. It's about balance, and it's about meeting yourself where you're at.
Exactly.
And sometimes we need a treat to make ourselves feel good, to release dopamine in the brain.
Yeah, and have family together around the table and just celebrate, really.
I love this, and this is not overly indulgent. It's delicious. There are some indulgent pieces here, so just bear that in mind. Yes. But you can cut yourself a tiny slice, or you can have a bigger slice. It's up to you.
Exactly.
So I'm going to help you in whatever way that I can.
So let's get into it, because there's a lot that's going to be going on. So you're going to first make the coffee.
Okay.
Prioritizing the coffee. Oh, we have a hot pan.
Voila!
Oh, let's set that cool
So
down.
drama. It's like a smoke machine while I'm making the coffee.
A little bit dramatic. But what we're going to do is we're going to add in the passion fruit juice and the passion fruit pulp into this pot, and we're going to gently warm it, and we're going to start with the filling, and you're going to start with the base.
Okay, so I'm going to make the base here first. I've made us just have a whiff of this. The
I might drink it. I don't know if it's safe.
That's an intensity level 9, which means it's got a really strong flavor.
Oh, it's incredible.
Absolutely beautiful.
There's nothing like the smell of coffee here. It just invigorates.
And this
just want it all.
Originally, I thought this was a limited edition, but no, they've released it to the world so everybody can enjoy it. Absolutely beautiful flavor profile. It's got a low acidity, but quite a high bitterness. So if you like a strong coffee, this is definitely a one from you. I'm talking about the Cafezinho do Brasil capsule, and it's made from Arabica beans from Minas Gerais and the Espírito Santo regions in Brazil. So a very particular cultivation that's happening just in that area, very full-bodied, high roastiness, nice bitterness, but low acidity. And you might pick up a little bit of sandalwood, some walnuts, some aromatic herbs, absolutely beautiful. So
and we're going to pop that into our...
That's going to become a part of our...
So that's going to become part of it. You're going to pop the coffee, the coconut milk, the passion fruit pulp, and the sugar into the blender and whisk it up. I'm going to pop the butter into these biscuits for you.
Yay!
And then when you are done, your next task is going to be to mix that through. In the meantime, I've got my passion fruit juice and my passion fruit pulp in here, and I'm going to add some gelatine.
Okay. Whoop. And that bloomin' gelatine.
That bloomin' gelatine.
It's been blooming.
Bit slippery, it's like catching a fish. And then we're going to add in our double cream. Oh, look at how yummy. It's all the decadence, you know. Life is about balance. There's no perfection. We always focus on progress over perfection. So there's going to be times where we're going to be indulging, and there's absolutely nothing wrong.
And that's, you don't have to go overboard. You can. It's quite petite and dainty, unless you're going to sit alone crying and eating the whole thing.
Exactly.
Maybe you've broken up with someone and then you need that, okay?
The best saying I've ever heard is, can you imagine the person who waved off the dessert carts on the Titanic?
Oh, man.
I said, absolutely not.
They're still haunting it. They're still haunting it right now. Okay,
exactly.
I'm going to...
still deep regret. Still not having the
just going to blitz up our coolie. Beautiful.
Beautiful. And I'm going to give this a whisk.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, so this is all coming together, and you can just smell that passion fruit. It's like a hit of vitamin C.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to spread this around.
That's it. And then you're going to compact it in and make sure that it's nice and even Stevens, so that everybody gets a nice crunchy base.
And it is. You've got to have, I think for something like this, you've got to have the textural balance right. So you really want, because it's a lovely, beautiful kind of...
this creamy richness. Yeah. That crunch is really important. Oh, look at you finding tools in the kitchen.
This is what we're about here.
Yeah, making it happen.
Oh, lovely.
There you go.
And it's going to get all toasty and beautiful and amazing.
Smells like heaven over here.
Look, I put a lot of biscuity base in, but I do like the crunch, so...
It is a lot of biscuity base, but we will make it half and half. Why not?
Half and half, exactly.
Absolutely.
Compact that as much as possible. You want it to stay together beautifully. You want that to bind, I think, eh?
Yes, exactly. Like, really get in there. Put some elbow grease. You can even pull it closer and really just
Dun, dun, dun.
Pressure it down.
Okay.
That's it.
Well
Well done.
Okay,
So
how's
we've
our
taken this
mixture
off the
going?
heat. The gelatine is going to start working and doing its thing, giving it a good whisk. And you can just see it's so creamy and lush.
Yeah,
Yum.
spectacular.
Beautiful.
Here.
We'll pop this over here. You can pop the dish up there.
And that
There
is
you go.
for
I'm gonna
you.
pop this over here. There you go. Now we're going to pour in. So because
much
you've
as you
really
can.
committed
I
to
really
your,
are committed
your
to our
biscuit
base.
base, we're just going to add in enough just to fill the top.
Take it right to the... What do you call... Is
There
this a
you
ramekin?
I would call this a baking dish.
A baking dish, okay.
A ramekin, I don't know, for
It's
me in my head
small.
is round.
Okay.
So, but it's and a bit smaller, so I'd call it a baking dish.
I just want to stick a spoon in that and start eating it right
You
now.
can actually just eat it as a
Just
soup.
go
Why
like
not?
this.
Why not?
Absolutely beautiful. And then this guy,
Then you're going to add that
I think this goes on at the end.
as a drizzle at the end, and then this guy is going to go into the fridge to set.
And then you're just going to
And
enjoy
then
it. Hopefully,
you're going to enjoy it. And
not-
we've got some slices over here because obviously it's going to take some time to set, so we won't be able to.
Can I go across and have a little bit of a
biscuit
taste?
base. We can
Okay.
most definitely swap sides, and you can get tucked in.
It looks
because
so
it is
lovely.
Absolutely delicious.
Okay.
It's nice and fluffy and aerated because of the gelatine on the top, and then you've got that crunchy biscuit base at the bottom, and that passion fruit just cuts through that sweetness because you've got that tart. So it's that beautiful juxtapose of the flavors which really work together.
And the bitterness of the chocolate, I mean, of the coffee, just kind of rounds it all off. It's actually not too over the top. It's lovely.
Exactly.
Small doses, big doses, however you want to take it. This is magical. You can find the recipe on expressoshow.com. I'm going to have another taste.
I'm going to have to get in there after you. We're going to swap sides again.
With every cup, we cultivate some of the finest coffee in the world, celebrating farmers as artists, elevating every coffee moment, because with every cup, precious coffee preserves the beauty of our world. Nespresso, what else?